Okay. I'm Melissa Allen, and currently I am based in Ketchikan, Alaska. I'm actually a resource assistant for Mobilize Green and the U.S. Forest Service for the Tongass National Forest, and I help with the recreation data specialist with the data management for their federal databases. But before this, I was a excuse me, I was a intern for Kentucky State, and I was an AmeriCorps volunteer. I was first an AmeriCorps volunteer in Quicksand, Kentucky. Um, and while I was there, I made a dashboard for local resources in Eastern Kentucky with the help of my supervisor, Kevin Grotowski. And he got me in contact with Kentucky State with Jeremy Sandifer. And with that, we started doing kind of an internship in the spring. And the focus of it was basically a dashboard that would be telling of the spread of COVID-19 and other indicators for how the spread might be occurring. Let me just bring it up and then we can get into it. And I did it through, he showed me, our studio has a package called R Shiny, which you can make dashboards through. And these dashboards you can host freely on shinyapps.io, but it takes a minute to load. Because it is a free resource, it doesn't work as smoothly as ArcGIS. So sometimes it takes a minute. I can get this to work. Just a moment here. Okay. But basically, while we're waiting for that to load, this map is easily reproducible. I included the code to how it can be redone, and also all the data that is visualized on it is freely available to the public. So there isn't anything on here that cost any kind of money or was difficult to obtain. If it ever decides, there it goes. Okay. Takes a second for it to show because this is showing all of the lower 48 states and all the counties within it. And basically, if you click on any part of this map, sometimes it takes a second to load, this little model dialog will open up and it will show you the most recent occurrences of COVID-19 in that county that you clicked in, and it will show you the updated deaths, and it will show you the spread of cases, and you can kind of click on this map. I really like for things to be as dynamic and interactive as possible, so this dashboard, I think I might have gone a little overboard. But as you can see, there's tabs up here, and you not only see the coronavirus updates for the counties, but you can also see like what kind of environment that the county is. So I wanted to add this tab because at the beginning of the summer with COVID-19, there was a huge viral spread in beach towns because so many people were going to the beach. So there is a somewhat, maybe a small correlation between environmental factors with COVID-19. So I thought I wanted to include what the local environment is like. And then industry has been really telling of how the virus spreads. Certain industries have been the centers for super spreader events. So Every county will have one of these, and you can kind of go through. I also included a gender, like the percentage of the gender dynamics within each industry too. So you can kind of see like what the local dynamics are for the industries, as well as income and race, because as we know, COVID-19, there's a strong correlation between race and income, with most people getting, or people being more susceptible to COVID-19 as being essential workers. So county poverty levels might be able to tell us a little bit about the spread of coronavirus. And this tab here, I worked very hard on this graph, which is why I kept it, but in actuality, it's really not that great of a graph. But basically, it's telling us kind of the racial background of each county. So this circle would be with females, and this is males, and then you can click in it, and then this would be Hispanic and non-Hispanic. So you can kind of see, but it's not that great of a graph. I need to update this one. But so you can click anywhere on this map to get that information, and it works pretty well, I think. Yeah, really quickly. And if you don't know what where the county is on the map, but you know what it's called, you can also do it through this way, and be able to kind of do a drop down button. And you can get the county report through this way. But I also included, so that this is reproducible, is you can click here to get the code, because I included my GitHub page and all of the data here. And I tried to make it as readable and as reproducible as possible. So I'm actually very proud of my coding here, because I tried to be as neat as possible. So everything is labeled and tells you exactly what each step is doing. So anybody who is, because before doing this map, I had only made one other dashboard, so I had less than 6 months of knowing anything about really RStudio in general. So this is to help myself as much as it is to help someone else, because I need to be able to know exactly what I'm doing. It's really easy to get really caught up in what you're doing and get lost in the details. So I think staying organized is important. So anybody who's trying to learn more about using RStudio or any kind of freely available programming, they can look at this, and yeah, pretty easy. Let's see here. I also included where I got all my data. Again, it's all freely available. It's almost all through either the US Census Bureau or Johns Hopkins. So, and all of my bibliography, all of my sources for some of what I wrote in there too. But so all of this is right there for anybody to be able to look at. And then also I included my workflow, which basically is telling the steps of each part that I did. So it should be all easy to reproduce. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for this map. It's pretty easy to go through. There are, again, this is through the shinyapps.io, and because it's a freely available resource, it is slow. I think that when it comes to, ArcGIS has a huge benefit of being having a lot of power behind it, and also if you're making dashboards within ArcGIS Online, it can take like a day. It takes no time to make a dashboard in there because they make it as user-friendly as possible. But with when you're working in our packages, um, you're learning how to code your dashboard. Every little bit of it is a decision that you're making. You know, the colors, the fonts, everything stylistically, everything, all these filtering buttons, they were they were coded in there. Whereas with ArcGIS Online, it's you just click some buttons and it pops right up, and it's so easy. I actually made a dashboard the other day, and it took a few hours. But this took me a few months because I was trying to figure out which data would work best and how to organize the data. That probably took the longest. But yeah, so this is just a little piece here for anybody interested in where to start off with mapping in R Shiny. Yeah, I think I'm finished.